Hello Ben 10 fans, today we're talking about every electric alien Ben has used from the Omnitrix. These are the aliens that use lightning, energy, and electricity to fight. Some are fast, some are strong, and some are just really cool. We'll look at where they came from, what powers they have, and why Ben used them. So let's get started and learn about all the shocking aliens in Ben 10. Let's start with Buzzshock. Buzzshock is one of Ben's electric aliens, and he comes from a place called the Nosodine Quasar. His species is called a Nosodinian. Buzzshock looks like a small, battery-shaped alien with arms and legs, kind of like a walking, talking battery. But don't let his size fool you, this little guy is super powerful. He has a ton of electric powers. I mean, seriously, this alien can fly, move fast, copy himself, and even control machines. And that's not all. He can scream super loud, zap enemies, and he's totally immune to electricity. Buzzshock is like a living battery. He stores electricity inside his body and can shoot it out whenever he wants. The more electricity he has, the more energy he gets. If he's full, he becomes super hyper and fast. But when he runs low on power, he gets sleepy and slow. Even though he's small, Buzzshock is surprisingly strong. We've seen Nosodinians pick up full-grown adults with no problem. He can fly, move really fast, and even copy himself, which makes him hard to hit in battle. Buzzshock also creates green lightning, which makes him stand out even more. Only a few electric aliens in Omniverse have that green lightning effect. And here's something fun, Nosodinians like Buzzshock love causing trouble. They laugh while fighting, flying, or just zooming around. They're full of energy, literally and personality-wise. So yeah, Buzzshock may be small, but he's loud, powerful, and one of Ben's most fun electric aliens. Next up, Upgrade.
Your cash request has been denied.
Now, you might not think of him as an electric alien at first. But yeah, Upgrade actually does have electric powers too. Upgrade is a galvanic necromorph, which means he's made of living liquid metal and nanotech. He comes from a place called Galvan B, the moon near Galvan Prime. His whole body is like high-tech goo. He can stretch, shape himself into weapons, slide through small spaces, and even split into pieces without getting hurt. Then, he just pulls himself back together like it's nothing. But the coolest thing, Upgrade can merge with any technology of phones, cars, robots, anything. When he does that, he upgrades it into a super futuristic version, way more powerful than normal human tech. And when he lets go, the machine goes back to normal. Now let's talk electricity. Upgrade can shock enemies with powerful electric charges. He can send the electricity through his body to electrocute opponents or boost the machines he's controlling. That electric power is just part of how he takes control of tech and makes it stronger. We're just getting started. There are even more electric aliens in the Omnitrix, each with their own unique powers and styles. So let's keep going.
Electromagnetic body. Sweet.
Frankenstrike. He comes from a planet called Honor Transil in the Honor system, and his species is known as a Transillian. Frankenstrike looks a lot like Frankenstein's monster. That's actually what he's based on. But instead of just being scary, Frankenstrike is loaded with electricity. He has special metal coils on his body that let him create and shoot lightning. These powerful bolts can zap enemies and even power up machines. The generators on his back help store and boost that electricity, and they're part of his body thanks to something called nanosymbiosis, which just means tiny robots working with his cells. He's not just strong, Frankenstrike is fast, and he can stick to metal walls or ceilings by using magnetism. He can also absorb electricity to recharge himself during battle. Like Upgrade, Transillians like Frankenstrike can also connect with tech, using their electric energy to control or power machines. Fun fact, Frankenstrike was almost brought into the Ben 10 reboot, but didn't make the cut, because they created Shockrock instead for story reasons. Even though he doesn't show up as much these days, Frankenstrike is definitely one of the coolest and most powerful electric aliens Ben has ever used. Next up, we've got Nanomech, Ben's tiniest alien, but don't let his size fool you, he's still a powerhouse.
What? What is that?
Nanomech is a special hybrid part human and part microchip created by the Omnitrix. He's only about a centimeter tall at full size, making him the smallest alien in Ben's entire arsenal. Even though Nanomech is tiny, he's still pretty tough. He has gray skin with a cool green circuit-like design all over his body, like he's made of high-tech wires. And just like his look, he can generate green energy from his hands. This energy can either be released as electric bolts or turned into explosive orbs that pack a big punch. Nanomech's small size actually works to his advantage. He can squeeze into places that other aliens couldn't even dream of reaching. He can shrink down to even microscopic sizes whenever he wants, and while he can go back to his normal size, he can't grow bigger than that. And here's the cool part, Nanomech has wings, so he can fly around, zooming through the air while zapping enemies with energy blasts. Even though he's small, he has enhanced strength for his size, so don't underestimate him. Another fun fact, Nanomech is the only hybrid alien in the Omnitrix that's part human. He's also the only alien Ben can turn into without needing a broken or upgraded Omnitrix. That makes him pretty special. So while Nanomech is small, he's still mighty, and he proves that size doesn't always matter when it comes to power. Next up is Brainstorm, one of the most intelligent and electric aliens in the Omnitrix. Brainstorm is a cerebrocrustacean from the planet Encephalonosphere. He has a unique crab-like look with pincers for hands, and when he wants to show off his massive brain, he can open the plates on his skull to reveal a huge, think, corrugated brain.
Are you inferring that you're smarter than me because your head is bigger?
No. I'm implying that I'm smarter than you because my brain is bigger.
His intelligence is off the charts. Brainstorm's IQ is so high that it can't even be measured on a human scale. It's an anillion. That's 10 followed by 30 zeros, if you can even imagine it. With this kind of brainpower, Brainstorm can solve complex problems in seconds and predict just about anything, like the moves of his enemies or even the physics of objects around him. He can read situations and use his surroundings to win fights with just a few moves. But Brainstorm doesn't just have brains, he has electrical powers too. He can produce and control electricity, using it to shock enemies, disable machines, or even manipulate objects and technology. This makes him a sort of tech mastermind, as he can control any machinery with his electrokinesis, and that includes using telekinesis to move anything from trains to living beings. In combat, Brainstorm can generate electrical pulses to block attacks and create protective shields. He can also conduct electricity throughout his body, making him even more dangerous. Oh, and did you know, Brainstorm has gills that let him breathe underwater. But when he's on land, he has to keep them moist to stay comfortable. Amperi, a unique species of jellyfish-like beings from the planet Teslos in the Andromeda Galaxy. Teslos is a planet in a strange orbit between two suns, a neutron star and a red giant. It's a world made almost entirely of swirling gases, with no land to stand on. The creatures there, like the Amperi, live in these gases, breathing them just like fish breathe water here on Earth. What makes Teslos really interesting is that the planet's magnetic fields are super strong, thanks to the two suns. Every creature on Teslos has evolved to handle and control these powerful electromagnetic fields. The Amperi are the best at this, making them the dominant species on their planet. Amperi can produce and control electricity in several ways. They can stretch their tentacles to deliver shocking electrical attacks that can stun, paralyze, or even kill enemies. They can also unleash powerful electric bolts and beams, but that's not all. Amperi can absorb electricity, like lightning, to recharge themselves. Amperi are also able to create a force field around themselves for protection. They can turn into pure energy and move through electrical cables, taking control of technology. When in their energy form, they can become intangible, meaning they can pass through solid objects, and while doing this, they can shock anything they phase through. Oh, and Amperi can even read the thoughts of other creatures by sensing the electrical pulses in their minds. How cool is that? Next up is Shocksquatch, an alien from the planet Pattersonia. He's a Dimlonopithecus, which is a type of creature that looks like a big, powerful ape, kinda like Bigfoot.
The chupacabra. That's why we're here.
But Dad, Fiskerton just captured Bigfoot!
Bigfoot?
Shocksquatch has the power of electrokinesis, meaning he can control electricity. He has these cool bolts on his body, and from there, he can release high-voltage electricity. He can also shoot lightning from his mouth. The electricity he generates can be used to create electric fields or shot as powerful beams to strike enemies from far away. He can even charge up his body with static electricity, either by generating it from the bolts or rubbing his hands together. One of his cool abilities is to use electricity to move things with his mind. So, if he covers an object with his electric charge, he can move it around using telekinesis. For protection, Shocksquatch can also create an electric force field, which not only protects him but can also shoot beams of electricity in all directions. And did you know? Shocksquatch speaks with a Canadian accent because Sasquatches, the creatures Bigfoot is based on, are believed to come from North America in folklore. How fun is that? We have Feedback, an alien from the planet Teslavore. Teslavore is a nebula, which is a huge space cloud filled with gases and high levels of static electricity. The name Teslavore comes from the famous scientist Nikola Tesla, known for his work with electricity, and the word vor meaning to devour in Latin. So, Feedback is all about consuming and controlling energy. Feedback's main power is the ability to absorb and redirect energy attacks, mostly electricity. He has special antennae, a tail, and fingers that act like conductors, meaning they can take in electricity from devices or even attacks and then redirect it back at enemies. He can do this with multiple targets at once or even from a distance. When it comes to agility, Feedback is really fast, with enhanced reflexes and the ability to jump higher. He can even run super fast, especially if he's on electrical power lines. But that's not all. Feedback can fly by blasting energy behind him, kind of like a jet engine. In an intense move, Feedback can also absorb energy from living beings, so he's always prepared in a fight. Last but not least, we have Shockrock, an alien from the destroyed planet Fulmas. Shockrock is a humanoid made mostly of blue electric energy. He has the power to release powerful blue electricity from anywhere on his body. This means he can create weapons and tools just by imagining them. He can also change his body into whatever shape he wants. Shockrock is great at absorbing energy from outside sources, and in fact, he is invulnerable to electricity. If he gets exposed to electricity, his powers actually get stronger. This makes him even more dangerous in fights. He can also stretch his arms to a certain extent, giving him more flexibility. On top of that, Shockrock can power up machines with his electricity, making him super useful in technology-based situations. His body is protected by indestructible stone armor, giving him enhanced strength. He can even drill through solid stone when needed. Shockrock can also move objects with his mind using electrokinesis, create force fields to protect himself, and even make energy boxes that stick around even after he times out, making him a tough alien to deal with. And that wraps up all the electrifying aliens in Ben 10's arsenal. From shocking power to mind-blowing intelligence, these heroes know how to light things up. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome Ben 10 content.